What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing news. So, I just read an article, and it has me a little bit perturbed. Um, a fight I was looking forward to, I don't know how many people were, but I personally was. That was Kell Brook versus Devon Alexander. I like the style matchup. Kell Brook has always been criticized for not having fought an opponent, like a ranked opponent, a top opponent. Devon Alexander definitely has a slick style and a good resume. Devon Alexander's been in there with Maidana. He's been in there with Randall Bailey, someone who's very seasoned and has a dangerous, dangerous right. That fight was boring as fuck. However, Randall Bailey is still a seasoned person who's been in there with Kodos and whatnot. And Timothy Bradley and Devon Alexander fought as well. So Devon Alexander definitely has a good resume and a slick style. So I like the matchup. I wanted to see it. But guess what? There was three separate injuries that took place. Two on behalf of Kell Brook, one on behalf of Devon Alexander, that kept getting this fight postponed. Now, what troubles me is I just read that Kell Brook is slated to fight Carson Jones in a rematch in July. As you guys know, Devon Alexander, he pulled out. Well, actually, he didn't pull out. Kell Brook had his third injury, or the third injury of the fight, his second injury, and that fight got scrapped based on that because there was just too many postponements and too many injuries in that fight. So it looks like they just went back to the drawing board. They matched up Devon Alexander this weekend on the Lucas Matisse Lamont Peterson undercard. He's fighting against a guy named Lee Purdy, who I really know nothing about. So if you guys know anything about Lee Purdy, his strengths, his weaknesses, leave a comment because I don't know shit about him. So Devon Alexander moved on to that, and now it looks like Kell Brooks is going to rematch Carson Jones in July. My problem is I thought Kell Brook was injured, and if Devon Alexander can fight in May and Kell Brook is going to be fighting in July, how bad was the injury? So it I don't know, it just kind of makes me feel that Kell Brook or his team felt he wasn't ready, because I don't see why you would pull out of the fight. Some people in early reports said Danny Garcia wasn't ready for Zab Judah, so he faked an injury. But if you look at it, it looks a little bit less likely that that was the case, because Zab Judah and Danny Garcia were initially supposed to fight in February. He said he had a rib injury. He did post pictures of it. He had a bruised wall contusion or something. And then they postponed it one time to April, and then we were able to see the fight in April, and Danny Garcia was victorious. But with the Kell Brook, there's two injuries from the same man, not including Devon Alexander's one injury. So it seems a little bit more suspect, and a little bit more that Kell Brook or his team felt he wasn't ready. And that's a shame, because I actually thought Kell Brook had a great chance to beat Devon Alexander. He's young, he's strong, and I thought it would be a good fight. That's why I wanted to see it. So I don't know. It just seems very weird and shocking that Kell Brook is able to fight just here in July 13th. He's going to fight Carson Jones, a fighter that's given him problems in their first encounter. So I'll definitely watch it, but I don't know why they didn't want to fight the Devon Alexander. It seems like they wanted to back out to that fight. And I just watched the documentary. It's on YouTube somewhere. Type Kell Brook, and he was doing some like industrial, like high tech, like stamina training. That's one thing he's been criticized for, not having stamina in the Carson Jones fight particularly. And I seen him, he was doing some revolutionary bullshit, like on the treadmill, and it was monitoring his heart and breaths and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know. It just, with this news that he's fighting here in July, just makes me believe that they didn't want to fight Devon Alexander for whatever reason, because Carson Jones, to my knowledge, doesn't have any kind of title. I don't know, he might, but I don't think he does. And Devon Alexander does have a title, so why would you not want a title unification fight with Devon Alexander, but you want to rematch Carson Jones, someone you already beat, even though he gave you problems? Just seems a little bit weird. What are your thoughts? Do you think he pulled out like he was scared or not ready for Devon Alexander, or is it a coincidence? Let me know something. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.